this video today, I want to show you how you can turn any text content, whether it's news that you enjoy, Wikipedia pages, maybe it's your own story, your own blog posts, into audio, period. Hey guys, this is Faye from Feisworld Media, the place where I help content creators to turn their body of knowledge into multiple revenue streams. I've been doing this since 2014. If I can do it, so can you. By the way, this channel has attracted a lot of people who are also helping creators to do the same, including content managers and virtual assistants. So if you're one of them, welcome. This video is sponsored by Podcastle, one of my new discoveries that allows anyone to create podcasts so easily and save so much time from recording, whether it's a solo show or interviews, to editing, to publishing. Now there's one hidden gem called Revoice, which is what we're focusing on today. So you may be wondering, what is the motivation of creating audios from your blog post or any content? As a content creator, from ideation to writing to hitting the publish button actually takes a lot of knowledge and energy. Why not repurpose your content as much as possible? This is where a lot of the content managers and VAs come in and who can actually help you achieve just that. I hope you will share this video with your colleagues, with your creator friends, as well as people who may be helping you to do this so you don't have to. I love making websites and content more accessible than ever. And it's not always easy, and this is one of the parts that we can do. One of the projects I'm very passionate about is called Enable Disabled. So I constantly am thinking about the ways that people with different abilities will interact with content. In addition to that, the way that we go about our lives just won't allow us to stare at a screen 24/7. There's so much noise in the market and we're all here eager and hungry to learn. So why not provide an audio piece so that your readers and viewers can now listen to the story, listen to the things you have to say, you have to teach. What if your viewers are cleaning the house on a Saturday, or going for a nice walk on their own, or maybe they're driving to work and it's a longer commute? Now all of a sudden they can simply go to your website and just hit that play button. There are many proof points and articles that you can read in Google in which it will tell you audio is very important. Because of the rise of podcasting, people are now really familiar and used to having audio as a companion in addition to text. Plus, audio also helps you increase SEO, search engine optimization. There are a lot of benefits, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. And here, I want to make it as simple as possible. I'm going to show you step by step how you're able to turn a long blog post or a short one into an audio piece and drop that on your website, whether it's Squarespace, Wix, or WordPress, very, very easily. Without further ado, let's get started. So to convert any blog post into an audio, all you have to do is come into Podcastle and click on New Project. Here you can name the project. Here I'm just gonna say this is the About Me page. So this is my story. Because I'm a podcaster, I have already recorded something. Once you have an audio piece, like I do, you're able to offer people the ability to listen to your story in addition to reading it. Just like that, I'm simply gonna copy all the text in here. You know, what I also love about it is I update my About section all the time. So if I were to make changes to this, all I have to do is to repeat the process and get a new story and new audio piece. Now, once you're here, copied, and you're going to click on this button, before you copy and paste your text, you're now greeted with a number of voice choices. They all sound pretty good and pretty natural. So let's have a listen.
Hey, your story deserves to be heard, and I can help bring it.
Hey, your story deserves to be heard, and I can help bring. Hey, your story deserves.
Hey, your story deserves to be heard.
So you can listen to a whole bunch of them. If I were you, I'll just note down the ones that you really like, maybe stick to that voice for your website. Shortly after I released this video, actually around mid-December in 2021, Podcastle will enable this feature right here called My Voices. This will enable you to be able to train your voice, have your own voice to be the speaker of whatever text you put in here. Maybe a little concerning to some folks out there. That's why I think it's important for me to record this video and have you guys compare, contrast, and decide whether you want to use a machine voice or your own voice later on. So after you choose a voice, let's say Caitlin, now you just copy and paste the text from your blog post. You'll notice something is happening is that there are line breaks already built into your blog post. And this is something that I've already mentioned to Podcastle as the voice should continue, the speaker should continue on. Since that's not the case right now, well, one way to get around it is to remove the line breaks manually. So let me show you a tool right here called Text Fixer. So I'll include this link in the description below. As usual, I pasted the same content here in this window. And instead of just removing line breaks, I also want to remove the paragraph breaks as well. So once I select the second radio button here, I'm going to click on the orange button called Remove Line Breaks. So let's scroll down. You see what's happening here? Now I can simply click on Copy to Clipboard. And here I come back to Podcastle. I clear out this window here and go ahead and select my favorite voice. And boom, just like that. You see? All right, now that problem is resolved. You can click on Generate. That's it. The whole process took a little less than a minute. Now, in addition to the story appearing on the right of the screen, you now have this WAV file. So let's have a listen. So I'm going to move this cursor right here, this green cursor, to the beginning, and I'm going to hit play.
That's me on the right. This was taken at the Beijing International Airport on August 26, 2000. I was 17, waiting to embark on a new journey.
It's pretty scary, right? And look at this. So not only it's reading this, it's showing you how it's reading each word. Since we're talking about artificial intelligence here, for me, what's really interesting is how the words are paced. And I am not a linguist. In order for the speech to sound natural, there's actually a lot going on in the background. If you're happy with what's going on right now, you can listen to the whole thing. From here, all you have to do is click on export, just like that. Now you can export as audio, and here you have some choices too. And this is something really interesting if you guys are podcasters, or let's say that you're working with an audio person, you're able to request exactly the format that you need. MP3 by default, 160 kbp is sufficient. Sometimes, for WAV files, the sound quality would be higher, but I don't see the need to do that just yet. So I'm going to keep the original setting and hit export. So this export is already appearing to be faster than the previous process that you saw. And when it's done, click on download. Now I have my MP3 file sitting right in my download folder.
Right.
And it just triggered Apple Music to play right away. So let's have a listen.
This was taken at the Beijing 26 and at every time of my less than 6 months. Join me on my journey.
That's it, guys. It's probably a pretty small file. All right, so in order to find your MP3, it's downloaded to your download folder. And you want to stay organized and make sure you sort it by date. That'll be the latest file. It is only 9 megabytes. It's quite small. So I actually don't mind this. Again, this is reading a blog post. This is not entering into a podcasting or audio competition. And this is also a very short
That's
post.
me on the right.
7 minutes. So let me go ahead and show you how easy it is to log into Squarespace, WordPress. It doesn't matter what you're using. You're able to use an audio embed to update your website for that particular section. And I go ahead and just click on edit. And here I can add an audio file, or you can certainly upload to a third party and you can embed it from there. But here for the audio file, all I have to do is upload the track. Once again, this track right here. I can leave the other settings alone. This is a simple embed, and just hit apply and hit save. So anybody who comes onto my website is able to very easily listen to my origin stories. So just like that.
That's me on the right. The other girls. At the time, I was busy with schoolwork as a junior.
Now imagine for a second, you're able to do this for all your blog posts, whether it is your personal stories or something a little bit more involved or technical. It is a great way to improve accessibility on your website and even engagement with people who prefer audio over reading and text. And it's also great for people to be able to access this, say, when they're cleaning the house or walking outside. And it's just another way for people to engage with your content. Hey, I hope you find this video helpful. That will really warm my heart. A couple of things I will say about perhaps what you're thinking is, okay, that's well and good. What are some of the contents that are just not designed to be recorded as audio? Sure, there are things that are, for example, very complex in nature. Maybe it's medical, maybe it's technical, where you're referencing graphics and visuals that just won't translate very well as an audio piece only. Things like visual and spatial materials like maps probably won't work as well. But most content will work well. Maybe you'll get a little bit creative. If you look through your website analytics and realize that some of your blog posts, for instance, are at the top of the list, you really want to prioritize those blog posts to be audios. then focus on those pieces. Maybe you can rewrite part of that blog post and just make it even more audio friendly. So I think we can be creative in so many different ways, and welcome to the Feisworld family. If you want to learn more about everything we teach, YouTube, podcasting, and Zoom, be sure to check the description in the link below. We have Feisworld Academy with so much free content you can access right away forever. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!